Hello there. Welcome to the Forgotten Circus. So, if you actually look at my description, I know I do movie reviews, entertainment news, and all that, but it does say and more. So, this is going to be one of my and mores. It really is. Why can't we do? Why can't we be better? I'm talking about people. So, I've been noticing, probably my whole life, I've been noticing people seem to feel now more entitled. But let me tell you, something more entitled, more selfish, not self-aware. Um, how can you say? Probably entangled in themselves. Okay, that's fine. That's how you do. But always remember, people, and I'm talking about me. We need a wake-up call because last time I checked, we're nothing but a teardrop in the ocean. You will return to the earth eventually, and it's what you do. Because here's my thing with a lot of people: and entitled, mean, rude, demanding, always wanting something. That's how society is now. For some odd reason, it got this way. I thought we were getting better in humanity, but it seems like we're getting worse. So I'm talking about the people that are miserable. Because you know what makes me miserable? Miserable people. And I don't want to be like that. Because you know what? Misery loves company. So you can stay away from me and be over there comfortably. Not anymore. Not anymore. And I'm not. I'm, it comes to a fact of what are we doing? What are we doing? Humanity. And I'm not talking about genders. I'm talking about people, human beings. What are we doing? We've accomplished some of the greatest feats that man, woman, anybody has ever seen. But really, have we? What we have created will eventually be our own destruction. You know that, right? Because it seems like nowadays people, I don't know if there's something in the air. I am a conspiracy theorist. I don't know what's going around with people. I have no idea and don't understand that why we can't have peace and love. I understand the peace part. You'll never have peace because you can always say world peace. I would love for world peace, but you know what? Somebody can get over argument over the color of somebody's shoestrings. That's just how human nature is. And it seems like right now the the poisonous world that we are poisoning ourselves with all our I can never say it, our toxic nature, toxicity. Did I get it? I think I got it. But yeah, that we spew on the other people. You just spew it. Why can't we be friendly? Why can't we be happy? Now, granted, there were parts in our era as human beings because we are still well, you could say that we're a lot older. We could be. We're only going from his story, history. So I just don't understand, and especially now within the past after the pandemic, it seems like everybody went haywire. It seems like something clipped, some chemical imbalance in a lot of people's brains just clipped in to bring straight chaos for no reason, for no reason. And you saw so many people being unified during that, coming together as a unit. But you always had those people where it's just they just are so miserable and they just don't they just you well you know what, and I don't wish this upon anybody, but if you want to be that way, just be alone. Just be alone, because you know what, the people that are like that and go out and they're mean to people and do stuff like that, and they run around just bring miserable stuff. See, the funny thing is, so if you're so and I love the people that always say, oh, I'd like to be alone. I don't want to be around anybody. I don't trust anybody. I got a small circle, and I keep my circle small, meaning myself as the smallest. Okay, then why do you come out? Answer that. Why do you come out your door? Why do you walk out the door? Because you need something. You need something from the outside world. So if you need something from the outside world, don't bring them. If you want to be alone, you can be alone. Do that at home. Because last time I checked, we all breathe the same air. We all bleed green. We all bleed. Well, technically, right in your veins before it comes out oxygenated. But we all bleed red. We all go to the bathroom the same. Put on our clothes the same way. Some others that are disabled and unfortunate, and I do feel for y'all. Um, yeah, they have to. Some people, yeah, but we all do it the same way. But geez, and it's always people. Why do people always feel like they're so privileged? Why can't they just run? So it's just something as simple as waiting in a line. Oh my God, what is taking so long? Oh, why are they doing this? Understandable. People get frustrated, right? Frustrated. But the reason why you're saying it out loud like that is because you want other people to actually follow along with your misery. And I'm not saying I get frustrated a lot of times and sometimes, but I find myself I'm doing that because it's almost like I'm calling out like, hey, be on my team because I don't agree with this right now. People in life aren't always going to agree with you. That's why everybody is different. That's why there is the term individuals. Everybody thinks different. I get it, but we can all come to a point in this crossroad when it's got to give. It's got to give. And this whole thing about talking about people and doing this, like, why are we doing this stuff? And we always talk about, oh yeah, they're so rich, because a lot of people are like, oh, they're so rich, yeah, and then they start talking. Well, they got that way by a certain way, so don't knock. They're not knocking you. Do you see them coming at you, saying, oh my God, ooh, you're so poor? They don't have time for that. I mean, some of them do. They're probably narcissistic and they do that. But regularly, and it doesn't matter if you're rich, poor. You could be the poorest person, and you know what? Some of the poorest people and homeless people that I met are the nicest people, and that is sad. The people that have nothing sometimes are the nicest people. But somebody have everything and still be frustrated. And I know there's a lot of things that are going on in everybody's life. We all know that. Everybody is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Understandable. You may be. But there may be that one piece of your humanity, if you actually dig down inside and you come out, instead of coming rude at somebody and being self-entitled, because you're not important. You're not more important than anybody else. Nobody on this earth is more important than anybody else. Because you know what? If a person had that chance, another person, they could probably do the job the same as you or even better. So always remember that. We are an evolving species, but it almost feels like we're de-evolving. We're getting too reliant of now, quick, quick, quick. That is our problem. And that's what causes a lot of these frustrations. And you know what? Next time when you go out, and I want everybody, you can't all, I get it. There's situations where you can't be peaceful. There's always going to be some times. But if you just try, all you have to do is try. Because you know, it's always easier to get mad. It's always easier to get mad. It's always easier to get ticked off, irritated. Because when you're doing that, when you get ticked off and irritated and doing that type of stuff, you have some internal issues that you need to battle. Those are your demons. Do not bring those demons out. And I don't say hide them. Get help. Talk to somebody. Because that same person that you're yelling at, you probably could. And hey, at least you did your part. They may yell back at you and be like, oh, move back. But like, hey, hey, I gotta go. Is there any way I can, like, maybe say help you out so it'll go faster? Or I'm not trying to rush you, and I'm not trying to say be submissive, but start being nicer to people or have some friggin' patience, because you know what? Half of those times when you don't say anything or you're sitting in line, you're like, you know, a person, if they're going through some stuff and then you're being, because here comes the misery loves company. So you can have two people that are super miserable. They're like, yeah, I got a friend. And the other one's like, yeah, I got a friend. We're going to be super negative towards each other because that accomplishes so much. But yeah. So if you're sitting there like, I'm just using this in general, you know what I'm saying? Just being in the line, waiting at a store or something like, oh my God, why does it take us so long? Can you hurry up? And that one person, like, they're going through it too. And they could be like, you know what? I'm going to take my time. Hey, can you reach up there for that one? Yeah. Or sometimes you got to be a little patient. And that person may turn around and be like, I am so sorry. I apologize. And all you have to say is, I get it. I understand. Because sometimes I do that too. And I do apologize. And it could be a whole funny situation. It lightens the mood. Everybody's calm. We run around with so much chaos because it's now, me, I. Why? We're all human. Aren't we all supposed to be? We're all the human race. Human. That's what we are, people. Human. Not talking about anything else. Man, female, trans, non binary, lesbian, gay. I'm talking about humanity in general. Can we start that? If we can start building ourselves as a people and getting better. I saw a lady the other day, and she was elderly, and I'm not saying I'm the hero or I'm the perfect example, because I'm not. I have a lot of flaws and I'm working on them. But I know one thing: I will never be self-entitled, because last time I checked, I got 19 subscribers. Okay, and each one of them that actually stepped up and did this for me, I do appreciate it. And I'm saying to you right now, I don't care if it's 19 or 19 million. All of y'all mean something to me, because that means you took an interest in me, and I will take an interest in you. And I promise you that. But I saw an old lady the other day. She dropped something out of her bag, and then she kept going with the cart. I was kind of far away. There were so many people that stepped over that item. I'm not going to say what the item is. They stepped over the item. They actually walked around it. I didn't even see the cashiers or anything even look at it. It's just sitting in the aisle. So I ran up, I grabbed it, I gave it to the lady, and you know what she said? She's like, "Oh, bless your heart. So thank you. I didn't even know." And that was it. That's all we had to say. But you know what? I'm part of her memory for the rest of her days, and she's part of mine. It may get lost in ether, but it's all going to be stored still up here. So we need to start that. When do we think we were better than anybody else? What? Because you can do math more? Or you can do this more, so that makes you more important? Or you have this much more money, and I have this much more money? Or they have that much money, and they have that less money? What are we doing? See, the problem is we compare ourselves too much, because we've gotten into that phase of and I'm going to use Instagram and stuff like that. Not the Instagram. I'm not going to harp on them. But let's say, so you're seeing all these things that other people doing, and then you get jealous, so you think that you should be doing that, and that should be you. Well, if it is you, then make it you. Because every step towards being nicer and kinder does a lot for this world. And like I said, we're always going to get angry. That's just human nature. Get defensive. We do. It's just human nature. I understand. But we have to feel more. And I know they always say empathy, compassion. Just be a good human. We don't need all the big words and the phrases and the definitions. Be a good human. Be a good you. Be a good person. And there's a lot of hate in the world. And I know there's a freedom of speech. Understand? I do agree with the freedom of speech and everything. Say what you want. But know in your mind that sometimes what you think may not be the right thing. But you know what's always the right thing and never misses? Being kind to people. And I know being kind to people, sometimes those people, you know, sometimes they get the worst end of it. Some of them get murdered. Some of them get shot. And they always say they were the nicest people. But that person wasn't nice. What if that person was nice? Would that have happened? And I'm not saying like being nice. I'm being kind, compassionate. Yet again, I don't need those words. Just be a good person, a good human. We need to get back to basics. We're too busy buying iPhones and all the new latest technologies and doing all this. And we got the new shoes on. We got the new car looking fly. You know what I mean? But, you know, I love it. I love new stuff. I love all that. But we seem to replace that with being a little bit kinder. You can still do all that and be super kind. There's a lot of people that do it. Why can't we all do it? Why has everything got to be self-entitled? Why is it because of the color of your skin or the color of my skin or color of their skin? That means I got to be a certain way. Rip your flesh off. Guess what? All the same organs. Skeleton and bone. Down to the tissue. Down to the core. We're all the same thing. Human beings. Be a good human. And people got to start thinking too. Think so before you say it, because a lot of people will just say stuff. They'll just say it. Before you say it, sometimes just pause a little bit and be like, wait a second. Because you may mean something totally different, but the way it's coming out, people perceive things a lot differently. And then you've created a negative interaction. You see what I'm saying here? I don't know. I just had to go off on this because I've been seeing lately so many rude people. And I don't want to put them in a category because they are human beings. They can potentially be good human beings. They just need a little help. But you got to be willing to get some help too. So that's why I said if you're misery and you live comfortably, please, I do ask you, step to the side and stay away from me comfortably. And I'm going to say it like I said at the beginning of this video. Always remember, when you think about something and you think you're self-entitled, you are nothing but a teardrop in the ocean. Okay? And I'm not downing you. I'm not saying anything about you like that. But just think about it. Dig deep. So stop with all this. I'm this, I'm that, I'm supposed to be this. I was supposed to have that. That should have been mine. Because you know what? That's envy. And then the people like, oh, I'm the greatest. I ain't got to mess with it. That's vanity. Do I have to go through all the sins? And I don't even have to get biblical because a lot of people, they may not believe in anything. And I have nothing wrong with that. That is your freedom of religion. And I'm not bringing religion into this. But guess what? It doesn't matter what religion you are. You're still a human being. We can all come together. You are a human being, a person. Stop being this entity that can just do whatever it wants. Because they always say entity. The entity. What? And then you say, well, I don't want to be human because they're just putting a name and a label on me. Well, whatever you want to be a good you. Okay, be a good you. Be good inside. Do I have to break it down? Be a good brain? I don't know. But that's all I really, it's just, it's frustrating. And I don't know, please leave in the comments what you think. And I know a lot of people won't agree with me. It's my personal opinion. This may hit home to a lot of people. People may be going through the same thing. Human beings, people, maybe going through the same thing as me, or that person, or that person. But we're all still humans. And the more love and patience we can have with people, it will accomplish wonders. It really will. If we could just get half of us to do it, this world would change. Let's start there. Let's stop worrying about our governments or politicians. Can we stop? Can we start at this level? Can we start at this level? Start from the ground up and be more. Just be more and be good. That's all I really got. So, I mean, leave comments in. If you don't agree with me, I get it. I really do. I look at it from every standpoint. I understand. That's just me saying. If you do agree, I mean, please comment and subscribe, like and subscribe. I want y'all to subscribe. I'm going to have videos, and that's why it said and more. Because I'm not just going to do movie reviews and all that. That is my passion. I love doing that. But I'm going to do a lot more. And I want y'all to be a part of that. And I really do appreciate my subscribers I have and the subscribers in the future. I want to build this channel to be something bigger, and I want to bring a lot of y'all on because there a lot of people in this world need to be heard. Whether good or bad, they need to be heard. So like, comment, and subscribe. And I want to say everyone, and I do mean everyone.